Hello, I am your psychological mentor, Park Seni. This is the final video. Psychological techniques and methods to attract the opposite sex. Since I mentioned it's the last one, many people expressed regret and asked for techniques for those who consider themselves unattractive. First of all, I hope you can let go of the thought that you are that unattractive. You know the saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Humans, when they are born, tend to see people who resemble themselves the most. Those people are their parents. So, by always seeing people who look like themselves, they come to appreciate their own appearance. However, in modern society, media exposure is too intense. That's why people fall into a collective delusion, as standardized beauty standards become popularized and uniform. Please hold on to your own beliefs. Cherish your own face. Yet some people still think that there are unattractive individuals. There are people who ask how to date a beautiful woman. So I'll go ahead and say it. You need to use your brain. If your face is really unattractive, you have no choice but to use your brain. Let me tell you a true story that actually happened. He was really unattractive, the kind of guy everyone would agree is unattractive at first glance. But every girlfriend he had was beautiful. So, what is this method? What I'm talking about now is a way to attract women without money, but this method does require some money. But you don't need a lot. About 20,000 to 30,000 won, depending on the current market price. You need to buy a bouquet of flowers. He has one thing. That's not Wu. A Wu is someone who can pick up girls on the street, but you know which side I'm on, right? But he's not a Wu. This guy specializes in blind dates. He only goes for women from blind dates. If she's not pretty, he gets caught. But if the woman is pretty, he almost always successfully makes her his girlfriend. Now, the secret. Buy a bouquet of flowers and go to the woman sitting there and say hello. You might be very disappointed looking at my face, but please forgive me as you look at this bouquet. And then he gives the bouquet. Then the woman, though initially annoyed, starts to feel a bit better, looking at the bouquet. She feels a bit better, but it's not enough to forgive him just yet. She accepts the bouquet out of courtesy and starts giggling while talking. What is there to forgive? While giggling, what was the woman thinking psychologically? This guy is funny. This guy is pleasant. In this way, she no longer focuses on his unattractiveness. She started to look at his good sides. But then, the man adds one more clincher. He says, there is still one more use for this bouquet. The woman giggles and asks, what other use is there? If you happen to meet someone you know while walking with me, you can gently cover my face with this bouquet. You can gently cover my face. When he says this, the woman bursts into laughter saying, oh, it's not that bad. Right? While laughing. She no longer sees the man's unattractive appearance. Oh, this person is really funny. He's so pleasant. It's enjoyable to be with him. She starts thinking like this. Then, finally, she even starts to look at the man more closely. When she looks closely at the unattractive woman, she realizes these things. Still, this man has nice earlobes. This man has a nice jawline. This man has nicely shaped eyebrows. This man has nice eyes. Of course, the overall harmony isn't great, but when you look at each feature individually, they're all nice. When you look at each part, he seems handsome. And so this unattractive man always ended up with pretty girlfriends from blind dates and lived happily. So everyone, don't skimp on 20,000 or 30,000 won. If you spend that much and use your head like this, very good things will happen. Humans need to use their brains. The more you use it, the more active and better it becomes. Even if what you have seems lacking, if you can express the charm that can fill that gap, you can live happily. So everyone, do you feel more hopeful? If you liked the video, please subscribe, like, and set up notifications. Then always stay strong. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.